Hello friends, let's talk about episode 2. If you haven't watched my video about episode 1, or if you don't know what happens in episode 1, maybe check that out first because this is going to be major spoilers, of course. This is a long one. I tried to cut it down to just what information was really necessary, but there's a lot of good content here, which I'm honestly really happy with. For only having episodes 1 and 2 so far, this is long. There's a lot here. I'm excited. So episode 2 starts with Max getting lunch with Safi and her mom Yasmin. We're in the reality where Safi is alive, of course. I was wondering what the little like half moon or like 3/4 moon symbol meant to the mouse. That's what it means. There's like an orange timeline and a blue timeline. So this orange one, Safi's alive. And then the blue one was like reality. Oh, I guess we shouldn't assume which one's real. I would assume the blue one's real, and that's the one where Safi's dead. That makes sense. Max gets a nosebleed, and here's a terrible ringing sound. When we go to take care of the nosebleed and see what that terrible ringing sound is, we find a switch point over by the bathrooms where Max can switch between the two realities pretty easily. Oh, that was sick. We talked to Amanda and figure out that if even in the living reality, we've ignored Amanda for 2 days. But this also means that these two realities are happening at the same time, and Max has not traveled forward or backward in time.
Oh, so I asked you out.
I mean, that's how I interpreted it when you stood there 2 nights ago and said you wanted to go on a date.
2 nights ago is exactly when I asked Amanda out. So I haven't gone back in time. Oh shit. This Amanda never talked to me about slowing down our relationship. Because Safi isn't dead.
So, are you gonna tell me what happened?
We have some time to explore the snapping turtle in both realities, and we can look around. There's not a whole lot to do, though. We go back over to Safi and Yasmin, where we hear Yasmin saying, "I wish you would have told me this sooner." We're not sure what she's talking about. We just catch the end of the conversation. But once she leaves, we also find out that Safi's car windshield was smashed with the cow skull. And we recognize the cow skull as being one that was hanging on the wall of the snapping turtle. We ask Amanda about it, and she says it just went missing this morning, that it was there last night. We switch realities a few times. There's a little bit of a puzzle here. You have to get some material and some information from one reality and then switch back to the other reality. Oh, yes, a step ladder. Wait, can I just like carry this with me? But we eventually find that the skull is signed by Lucas, and it's also the one in the picture on his book cover. Back on campus, Max wants to talk to Vin to try to figure out if Abraxas had anything to do with this cow skull, and we also want to check in with Lucas and Gwen. Outside, we do talk to Vin, and he's pretty distracted. He's bossing around some underclassmen, telling them to go figure out something. We're not sure what. He doesn't want to talk to Max, and he says some interesting things.
Hey,
Yeah. Cute banter, barely restrained sexual tension, etc. I'm busy, Max. Another time.
Wow. Okay.
But Max offers up that if we figure out what is going on, then he would have time to talk to us, and he agrees to that. Through a little bit of Max's famous eavesdropping and switching of realities now, we figure out that Vin's phone is missing, and everybody thinks that Diamond has it. We learn that Diamond does not have it, and there's a little bit of a minor decision here on whether you believe Diamond or accuse her of actually having the phone. We also learn there's a little bit of a rivalry between Vin and Diamond, and that Vin might dislike Diamond and might think that she is trying to steal the throne of Abraxas leader from him. We report back to Vin with this information, some, in my opinion, uncomfortable flirting. Like I said in the episode 1 recap, I just think Vin is so smug, he's annoying. The game really pushes him as a love interest, but I can't stand this guy.
I'm free Tuesday after 7, and I'm partial to a Japanese single malt.
That's whiskey?
Yes, but damn, do I have so much to teach you. So your place or mine?
I don't think he's necessarily evil, but man, is he full of himself, and man, does he show it. It is important to note here that he mentioned his favorite drink is a Japanese single malt. He also talks about the cow skull going through the windshield of Safi's car, and Max remarks that we never mentioned a windshield. After this, we are in the living reality and we walk into the Fab building. You can go into the admin building at this time to try to talk to Vin, but he's not there. We can snoop at his desk, but we can also do that later. It'd be easier. When we walk up to Gwen's office, we see we are in the living reality and she is getting escorted out by campus security. There's some yelling. We don't really know what for. She's really upset, obviously. She slams her door shut and it bounces back open, so we do have the opportunity to enter her office now. We do a lot of snooping here, and this is going to take a little while to explain everything because we just learned so much information in here. In the living reality, we find that Gwen canceled her weekly meetings with Safi. You also have the option of lowering Loretta's grade here, and if you choose to do that, Max remembers a little too late that this was the Loretta from the other reality that annoyed us, and this living reality, Loretta hasn't bothered us yet. In the reality where Safi is dead, we find the book that we helped Gwen get from the library, and there's a note in it. It's from RL415, and I'm not sure who this is at this point. I went through all of the names that I could think of in the game, and there's nobody that I can find with the initials RL. Reggie's last name, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it starts with a K, I think. There's another journalism teacher that we can eavesdrop in a few times, but she doesn't have the initials RL either. We don't properly meet her yet anyways. I even went so far as to, I went to the mailroom and turned my graphics settings all the way up and tried to look at the names on the mailboxes. There aren't any professors listed that have the initials RL there. We do know Loretta Rice, which is LR. She could have done last name first. I have no idea who RL is, but it's somebody in the game, somebody in the school that has access to that library. So we'll have to figure out who that is. I also, whenever I had the opportunity to look at professors' papers that they were grading, there weren't any students with the initials RL that I could find. I am not sure who this is. More snooping, we find that Gwen got Safi's book canceled. She got it pulled. She had a meeting with Maria, who is, we only read the name in emails and see it on Gwen's calendar, but she had a meeting with Maria, who would have been Safi's publisher, and apparently the meeting did not go well. There's some information on the calendar about that, and then Max searches Maria's name in Gwen's computer and finds an email talking about how the book got pulled because of Gwen's conversation with her. Now, this is the reality where Safi is dead. We don't find this email in the living reality. After all of this information and juicy gossip we got from snooping around Gwen's office in both realities, we go outside to the cafe and we talk to Lucas. And when we interact with him, he says, "Oh, Max," and slams his briefcase shut and locks it. He is obviously hiding something. You chat a little bit and he gets a call from his ex-wife, and Lucas is asking to talk to his son. She says no. It gets kind of heated. He walks away for some privacy, and now we need to get into that briefcase. We switch to the dead reality, and we talk to Lucas here, and the conversation's a little different depending on if you chose to interrupt him earlier or just kept on with your day. But he rambles a bit about himself. Eventually, we distract him, and we get a key from him, switch to the living reality, unlock his briefcase, and we find an email that gives him an alibi for the time of when Safi's car window was smashed, so we know it wasn't him. We also find a receipt to a gun range. Find a parking ticket, some other useless information, but right as we're about to close the briefcase, we find a restraining order for Lucas and his son Robbie against Safi. We're taking a picture of it to send to Safi, and Lucas comes back at this time and catches us. Now, I know this is just a video game, but Lucas seems really sincere here. He's talking about how, please don't tell Safi, you know, this is really important that you don't tell her, we need to deal with this. Through some more conversation, we find out that Robbie told his mom that Lucas had told him he was the reason for the divorce.
He told her I said he was the reason for the divorce. And somehow that was the least fucked up thing I'm purported to have said.
Among other things that Lucas didn't even feel comfortable repeating. It was so bad. We ask about how Safi could have been blamed for this, and he says that Safi used to be their babysitter and at one point threatened to turn Robbie against him. Lucas also says that Robbie insists it was Lucas that told him that, but Lucas says he wasn't even there that night.
I wasn't even there that night, Max.
After this conversation, we do have another major choice here on whether to actually send the picture to Safi or delete it. Oh god, oh god. Okay, Wait, why can't I just keep it? I either have to send it now or delete it? I just want to keep the picture. We'll make all the opposite decisions when I replay it tomorrow.
You're right. I have no reason to believe you over her.
You're not as good of a person as you like to pretend, Caulfield.
Damn. Fuck. That hits.
Maybe you and Safi deserve each other.
Oh my god.
I think I've wrung all I can out of Lucas today.
Yeah, we kinda... Ooh. Day, we're gonna delete it.
Okay, I deleted it. This is between you and her. None of my beeswax.
Thank you.
None
If
of
I
my
can't find any
beeswax.
evidence to back this up, I don't even know. At least I have time to look.
I think I've wrung all I can out of Lucas today.
Yeah. After this, we go back to the admin building to talk to Vin, who is back at his desk now, and he has his phone, which Max comments on, and he says, oh, yeah, I just left it at my desk. However, I went back to this point in exploration mode, and after you talk to Vin outside, I went straight to the admin office before he gets there, and if you snoop at his desk at this point, his phone is not on the desk. So Vin does have his phone now, and he can't unlock it. He doesn't remember the passcode to his own phone, which is strange. Max calls bullshit, and he says, you know, I'm just having a really stressful day. Max brings up the drinks that we talked about moments before, and he seems like he doesn't remember that conversation whatsoever. He doesn't even know what his favorite drink is.
You still want to get that drink?
Come again?
You told me your favorite liquor earlier. I assumed that was a not-so-subtle hint.
Oh, right. Bougie Japanese brandy or whatever.
Didn't you say whiskey?
Dude, this isn't Vin! Holy shit!
So you were paying attention. Well done, Caulfield. You passed my test.
We switch to the dead reality to try to figure out what Vin's passcode is and see that Vin is drinking on the job. He invites you to drink with him. You can choose to be pretty flirty here.
Illicit day drinking with your coworkers is sexy. Be sexy, Max.
Far be it from me to pass up an opportunity to accrue more sexy points.
Okay, that was weird to say, Max. And in order to get his passcode now, if you brought him his package earlier, you do have a favor you can call in, or you can just ask about the magician scientist and try to figure out who that is, and then we can go to the library and do a little bit of research to figure out the year. Once we go back to the living reality, Vin is no longer at his desk, but his phone is on the desk. So Max picks it up, types in the year, unlocks the phone just fine, and goes through his pictures. There's a lot of pictures of Safi.
Safi. There's a lot of Safi in here. I didn't get the impression they were close. Oh my god. Wow, that is really close.
They were doing it.
Who even were you, Safi?
This is weird. From Max's point of view, Safi never talked about Vin. She didn't even know they really knew each other. So we go outside and we see Reggie with a big crowd around him, and he's having a panic attack. Max clears the crowd.
Hey, looky-loos, fuck off already.
And asks Loretta to go get him some water. And we talk to Reggie a bit, find out that he went up to the overlook where Safi died and he saw himself. Max asks what that other self was doing, and Reggie says he was just solving the puzzle box, but it's the same puzzle box that he left with Max earlier. In this next section, Max wants to go up to the overlook to try to figure out what's going on. We have to switch realities a couple times in order to get past the cops here, and we also find some evidence on the ground. There's a box of candy on the ground that looks exactly like Safi's favorite candy, except this one says Heartstoppers. Continuing on, we find a cell phone on the ground that's ringing, and when we answer it, it's a recording of Safi's voice the exact same way that she answered the phone up at the observatory.
I've left my phone in some bizarre places, but never this bizarre. Hello?
Hello? This is Safi. Yes, this is Safi of Fayyad.
Speaking.
Shit!
We didn't say anything to get her to say that, so it's just like a recording of her saying that. It's so weird.
I know you.
This, of course, really freaks Max out, and when we get to the top of the overlook, we are in the living reality, and Gwen is here. It's just weed.
Thanks.
Is weed legal in Vermont?
Careful there, Pineapple Express.
Shit. Did pot get stronger since I was in school?
It is in Vermont.
Before I came out, I had this boss, a free thinker, who adopted his worldview wholesale from shouty YouTubers.
Yikes.
And a raging transphobe to boot. They're brainwashing our kids, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I was afraid if I said something, said anything, he'd figure me out. But when I was alone, I could conjure the perfect soliloquy to shut him up. Make him feel as small as he made me. Point is, I've always been able to think of something to say eventually. But what do you say about something like that?
Gwen, what is this?
Video proof. Allegedly. From Yasmin herself.
Video proof of what? Of what?
Trafficking of a controlled substance on campus.
Hold on. There's no way Yasmin thinks you were selling drugs.
How could she not? That there is security footage of someone who looks like me, dealing to students.
Someone who looks like you.
Gwen says it was not her, but the person in the video looks exactly like her. There is a flash drive of it, and Gwen chooses to burn it, and you have a major decision here on whether you want to stand with Gwen and let it burn, or if you want to try to save the flash drive.
If I could look at that footage, maybe I could figure it out. Gwen? What are you doing?
Saying goodbye. And fuck you! To Caledon. To Yasmin. And to feeling powerless.
I'll dispose of it for you.
Gotta take catharsis where you can get it.
Plus, the footage isn't gone, right? Because, like, it's gonna get pulled up in the disciplinary hearing.
How does catharsis feel?
Honestly? Terrifying,
You saved it.
but also feels pretty fucking great to set something on fire right now. Thanks, Max. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you hearing me.
Grab it. Grab it.
Gwen, wait. I need to ask you something. Is it true they canceled Safi's book deal?
So, she told you?
Word travels. You were her mentor, right? Do you know why?
In my experience, some mysteries are better left that way.
What is she writing about? That Gwen wanted to hide. That it's gonna piss Gwen off.
What the fuck?
Gwen, listen, if I can just get a look at this footage, I might be able to help.
I didn't ask for your help, Max. Jesus, I didn't even ask for your company. I just wanted to get stoned and watch that thing burn. Whatever. Do what you want. It's too cold for this shit.
Oh, I hate it.
Gwen, wait. I need to ask you something.
Oh, okay, so yesterday we just said, did you hear about Safi's book? Today, we're just gonna confront her. Why did you kill it?
Why did you kill Safi's book deal?
Were you going through my computer?
What? No, she told me, but not why.
Jesus.
We fucked up. After Gwen leaves, we switch to the dead reality and see that there's still a tarp on the ground covering Safi's body, which it's been days at this point. So we pull back the tarp. What the fuck?
Oh, Miss Caulfield, you, out for a stroll too?
Go away, Loretta, please. God. She's so annoying. Loretta shows up, of course, and Max is kind of amazed that Loretta can see the grass and flowers.
Holy shit, what are those?
Lilies of the Valley.
You can see those?
Yeah.
Weirdly, she says, you can see these, which is, I think, kind of a strange thing to say, but Loretta didn't react to that at all. We talked to Loretta a bit. She seems soft and sincere, and she's saying she just wants to investigate this because she doesn't like not knowing what's going on.
Speaking of opening up, I got a lead. I could cut you in.
They're definitely going to give her a good character arc where she ends up being fine, but...
I feel like I kind of owe you after the whole Dr. Hunter thing.
Yeah.
Maya Okada, one of Safi's classmates during undergrad.
Yeah, we've seen that name.
They were friends. Then, Maya died a couple years back. Suicide, apparently.
Doesn't mean anything. We all hate her for that podcast question. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That doesn't sound like it has anything to do with Safi.
Maybe not. I don't know. It's weird, though. You dig through Safi's life, and you inevitably end up running into... Maya.
We start getting some frantic texts from Moses, so we do leave to go see what Moses wants. We don't say anything to Loretta about that, but she does peek over our shoulder at what is on our phone screen. We get to Moses's office, and we find that he's sitting outside with the lights off and the doors locked. And we also meet Detective Alderman here, who says that they have somebody on the way to unlock the doors, and then he is going in and searching the place. We stand up for Moses a bit here and say that even if Yasmin says it's okay, they still need a warrant in order to search the place. He says that does not matter. We talk to Moses a bit and find out that...
TLDR version? Pretty sure I'm the #1 suspect.
What? Why?
Besides that being true for most of my life?
Yeah. Damn.
Well, I did do something. I took Safi's camera.
Oh my god, I'm like biting my nails. I'm nervous. Wait, why'd you do that?
I know.
Max, of course, needs to find a way inside to get that camera and also figure out where it is. So we switch to the living reality and we go inside the office to talk to this reality's Moses. And we can't give away what we know, but we need to find out where he might hide contraband. So this is a bit of a puzzle and takes some switching realities back and forth a few times. And we have to get an Allen wrench for Moses, for example, from the other reality. There's also this really annoying hot dog man ornament on the tree. Jesus.
Oh, hey Max.
Man, that's annoying. How do you stand it?
Hot dog
You'd be surprised how
man.
quickly you get used to it.
Bingo.
I think they call that Stockholm Syndrome.
But eventually we find the hiding spot, but the camera's not there. We find a note that says under safe. We switch back to the reality where we can talk to Moses and ask about a safe. He says there's no safe in the office, but oh, maybe you mean safe the star.
Non-locking safe?
That was very forward.
Well, for a second, I thought you were asking about the star safe. SAIPH.
There's a star called Safe.
Sure is. It's a part of the Orion constellation.
We go upstairs and we use the constellation projector and figure out where the hiding spot is, but at the same time, Detective Alderman gets access to the office and Max remarks that we need to hide from him. Now, I missed this on my first playthrough, but if you get caught by Alderman, if you walk right up to him, is it possible to get caught?
What the hell?
Shit. Did I just... Okay, let's try this again.
Oh shit! She can't go back in time. That's not small.
I'm so close to getting...
She said earlier in the game that like she hasn't been able to go back in time since high school. But they let her go back in time and for this part of the game in order to like avoid being caught. Whoa! Then Max actually is able to rewind time and then just kind of glosses over it like it wasn't that big a deal, which is really interesting. I hope that this comes up as a bigger plot point later. It seems odd that they would let her rewind in time here and instead of other situations in the game where Max just says, oh, I can't go this way yet, or I shouldn't do that yet. Instead, they just let her rewind time, which is really interesting. Eventually, we take the hot dog man ornament, take it upstairs, set it off, distract Detective Alderman, go back downstairs, and try to move the telescope out of the way, but it makes a lot of noise, which gets his attention. This part is really cool, and I'm not sure how to explain it in words, so I'm just going to show you the clip.
The camera's behind the grate. Almost there.
How do I get it? Ah, okay, push.
Hey! Is someone down there?
Stupid telescope! Why couldn't Moses have put you together in this timeline?
No way. Q and E, okay.
What
The actual
fuck?
fuck? That's new.
We're gonna get caught. He's right there.
Yes!
What? Yeah, no, what? I was surprised her nose isn't bleeding yet. What? This is a really cool ability, and I'm excited to see what kind of puzzles come in episodes 3, 4, and 5, combined with the ability to switch realities, this is going to be super fun.
Therefore, I'm asking you if you have or come by any information about this person or where they've taken the camera. Can I trust you to let me know?
Sure. Yeah. I'll take your card. We'll reach out.
Miss Caulfield.
Sure. I mean, obviously I'm going to refuse, but I can't just say like, sure, yeah, and then not actually call him. Of course. Not even a second thought. We are not helping.
No.
Okay, Miss
Easiest
Caulfield.
decision all day.
I hope you don't actually have information. Because, you know, withholding it could get you into trouble.
Oh no. Chat, forgive me. I just have to do both options.
Miss
I don't
Caulfield.
wanna. I don't wanna do it. Dude, I can't believe we're fucking over Moses like this.
Sure. Of course. If I notice anything, I'll let you know.
I don't know why we
I'm
can't
glad
just
to
take
hear
it and then just never call him,
And I'm
right?
sure Dr. Fayed would be grateful as well.
We show Moses we have the camera and we go back to Max's house to check out the photos on it. Moses goes down to the dark room to get the camera ready, and if you have the Ultimate Edition, which you do if you're playing at this point, there's some exclusive cat content we get here. There is a cat scratching at the door. You get to pick what it looks like and its name. It's super cute. You get to make a bed for the cat, and you also offer it some food, but of course it doesn't want any. We go downstairs and we meet Moses in the dark room, and I'm just going to show you what happens.
How about we see if Safi's selfie skills are
Safi's
better than
selfie
mine?
skills.
Somehow I doubt it.
2 cats, and the people I live with have 2 cats, so there's 4 cats in the house. But I have 2, Loba and Luna.
Hard to believe that would be the last time we were all together.
That's the truth. What a crew we were. Hey.
Wait,
look,
I'm not looking. Shit.
She took one more photo.
Sneaky girl.
You better show us, I swear to God.
What is this?
Max, you killed her?
What? No! Of course not!
So that
It's Photoshop! A deepfake, maybe. I don't know.
Look, I have
So this
purple
is why you
hair.
went and
It's
got
not
the
me.
camera?
No, Moses. Please. This is me you're talking about. Me.
There's a lot I don't know about you.
But you know I wouldn't do something like that. I could never.
Do I, Max? Do I know you?
You stay the fuck away from me.
Oh no! Oh no! What a cliffhanger. Oh my gosh. But I'm interested to see what other people think. As always, if you enjoyed this, I would appreciate if you could like, comment, subscribe. I have a Discord linked in the description if you'd like to join. There's a private chat there where we can talk full spoilers about the game so far. Nice. Let me know what you thought.